Women in wellness, the leaders, some of the top leaders in the entire industry are in this room today. And we are here, you are all here to learn and grow and expand. You're here to support each other. And we're also acknowledging the incredible work and success of so many of you in this room. Today is also about motivating you to go farther, to lean in, to dream super, super big, and to believe in yourself. And your well-being and your own personal happiness is something that's going to carry you there. Do you believe that if you had a lot more money than you have right now, you'd be happier? Do you believe if you lost 10 pounds from today, you'd be a lot happier? Do you believe that if you had that bigger house with the big yard and the swimming pool, maybe a blue Maserati, I don't know, I'm dreaming big. I always want a Maserati. I have a Volvo. Would you be happier? The marketing messages, the social media messages, the messages that we receive, a lot of the messages we receive are wrong, and they steer us in the wrong direction. Happiness does not come from something out there. This is an inside job. It's not about attainment. It's not about that bigger title. This is something that you guys all already have inside of you. A happy life is not one void of pain. And this is a huge misconception about happiness. A happy life is not one full of joy and dancing and rainbows and unicorns and cotton candy 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. That doesn't exist. Every single person here has pain and has pleasure, has things that really, really hurt and things that feel really, really good. We have pleasant emotions such as joy and amusement and gratitude and love and zest. And we all have painful emotions like stress and anxiety and fear and grief and sadness, and there's a lot more. Every single person's life in the entire world looks like this. There is no exception. The only people that don't have painful emotions are psychopaths and dead people. So do not think for 1 minute that a happy life is void of pain. And we do not treat our emotions equally. We say negative emotions. The word negative has a connotation of being bad. We don't have any negative emotions. I don't want you to ever say negative emotions again. We have painful emotions. They're not bad, they're painful. And they're here to teach us something. Choosing happiness, choosing your own well-being, and prioritizing your own well-being has so many benefits. It strengthens your immune system. It helps you with stress. It helps you remain calm when there are crazy times when life throws at us. It improves your heart health. It strengthens all of the relationships you have in your entire life. Family, friends, coworkers, even the family members you don't really like so much can help those relationships. It also has tremendous positive effects. It is guaranteed to make you more creative. Barbara Fredrickson has proven that in your brain, it broadens your brain and has you build on new ideas. So many studies on this. It makes you more engaged. It makes you more creative. It makes you more productive. Does anyone here have to sell things? Okay, from a neutral or negative mental position compared to a positive, happy position, you can increase sales 37%. So if you have a big sales day coming up, make sure you're in a good mood and you're taking care of yourself. And these are just a few of the reasons why you should care and prioritize your own happiness. There's this global movement happening. There are 4 countries in the world that have happiness leaders at the federal level. No, the United States is not one of them, but I definitely think we need one. I might run for politics in the future. No. along with GDP, which is the economic output of every single country in the world. We are now measuring GNH, gross national happiness. The governments are seeing how happy and what is the well-being state of their citizens, not just how much money is the country making. Okay, that started in about 6 years ago. This is Dr. Santos, the Yale professor. The happiness classes at Yale and Harvard are the most popular classes in the history of the universities. You think you've made it all the way you got to Harvard and Yale? Guess what? They're stressed, they have anxiety, they want to learn how to be happier. There's a World Happiness Summit that just started 3 years ago. Of course, I was like, I got to go to this thing. Last year, I was a speaker. And Tal Ben-Shahar, the Harvard professor, left Harvard, created his own school called the Happiness Studies Academy. So more people around the world can learn what is being taught at Harvard. And so I studied with him for a year. We can all start a new story. We are never stuck. I now am an entrepreneur. I now have more time with my 2 little girls. I am working on something that gives me so much meaning and so much passion. I'm having more fun. I'm laughing more. I'm more present. Now, do I have horrible days and horrible weeks? Absolutely. When you get in your lane and you are doing what you are supposed to do, and you show up for what you are supposed to be doing here on this earth, incredible things happen. I was just with a global wellness team last week in Peru. They hired me to go to Peru and lead a wellness retreat right by Machu Picchu. What? Amazing. I'm like, I want one of these every single quarter, different country, all around the world. I'm calling it in. How much of our happiness depends on our DNA, on our genetics? How much came from your mom? How much came from your great-great-great-grandfather? Our genetics. Some people say, oh, well, they're a happy person, that's how they are. Maybe people said that about me prior. Well, what studies have shown is that our genetics contribute, on average, about 50% of our own happiness and well-being. Okay? And everything I'm talking about is above the poverty line. I'm assuming you have your basic needs met. Maslow's hierarchy of needs, I'm assuming you have food and a place to live, etc. So about 50% comes from genetics. How much comes from our circumstances? Were we born and raised in Canada, in Costa Rica, in Denmark, in China? Do you have 18 brothers or 2 sisters, 2 dads? Your parents were farmers. You now do this for work. Your circumstances, all these external things. What science has proven, what studies have shown, is that circumstances contribute 10% to our happiness and well-being. So what's the other 40%? Our choices. Every single day, we wake up and we have the opportunity to make millions and millions of choices. And there are choices that make you happy, and there are choices that make you feel down. Some choices are out of our control, of course. Again, like if you lose a loved one. But every day, we can make choices that will support our well-being and our wellness. Also, in 1999, neuroscientists discovered adult neuroplasticity. So up until this point, neuroscientists and all the research showed that our brain grows a lot when we're a kid, and of course keeps developing when we're adolescent. And then let's say by late adolescence, your brain is your brain. In 1999, this was blown apart. And what is proven now, and it's this amazing field of research, is that adult brains can physically change up until the year that you die. 90-year-old, 95-year-olds' brains can change. You are not stuck the way you are. And I'll give you a couple examples on how brains can change. If you meditate for 10 minutes a day for 8 weeks in a row, your prefrontal cortex, which is the newer part of your brain, will physically grow. And it is guaranteed to make you more resilient, calmer, and happier. This is the newest part of our brain. The older part of our brain is where a lot of the negativity bias happens. Meditation is so supportive of happiness. If you exercise, especially if you do interval training, where your heart rate goes up and down, right? You do quick cardio, then maybe you do something else, quick cardio. Your brain is birthing new brain cells. If you learn a new instrument, if you learn a new language, this is all about the widening and narrowing of neural pathways and new neural pathways, as well as neurogenesis, which is new brain cells. You are never stuck the way you are. And Yes, you need motivation, but truly to have transformational change, it's the cultivation of habits. It's your daily choices. That's where the change comes in. And it's choosing one healthy habit at a time. Not 5, not 6, one habit. And when you want to start that new habit, like I'm going to eat vegetables for lunch and dinner, you need reminders. It is so hard to start a new habit. That's why New Year's resolutions don't work. You need reminders. You need Post-its on your bathroom mirror. You need bracelets that say vegetables. You need things in your car. You need things in your office. You need, your phone to like beep you and be like, eat your vegetables. You need your husband in the morning to be like, or did you eat your vegetables? You literally need so many reminders. Know that you can't just motivate yourself to do a new habit. You need reminders. Everyone, repeat after me. Happiness is my superpower.
Happiness is my superpower.
That just made me happy.